Long before Tim Cook was CEO of Apple, he was a kid in small-town Alabama, waking up before dawn to deliver newspapers and saving for college. The son of a shipyard worker and pharmacist, he grew up in Robertsdale, working at a local restaurant as a teenager and becoming the first in his family to go to university. From the classroom, he moved into the machinery of corporate America, spending more than a decade at IBM mastering how products are built, shipped, and delivered at scale. He became an operations expert, the kind of executive who makes massive systems run with clockwork precision. The skill that would eventually catch the attention of Apple co-founder Steve Jobs. When Steve Jobs appointed Cook as CEO in 2011, Apple was worth hundreds of billions. By the time he stepped down, it had crossed $4 trillion, one of the most profitable businesses the world has ever seen.
Tim Cook has pulled off what many people thought he couldn't do, which is he has successfully lived up to the trust and legacy that Steve Jobs left him.
He expanded Apple beyond the smartphone era, the Apple Watch, AirPods, and a massive push into services, music, TV, and pay.
Isn't it great we've democratized film, and so you can make an entire movie on an iPhone?
His resignation closes the chapter on one of the most consequential tenures in modern corporate history, passing the baton to John Ternus, widely seen as one of Cook's protégés. Ternus joined Apple in 2001 and has been at the forefront of its hardware engineering ever since, and is stepping into the corner office at a moment of enormous pressure.
Apple has got some big decisions to make, and the biggest one is going to be around what they do with AI. They don't have their own comprehensive AI platform in the way that companies like OpenAI, Meta, and Google with Gemini have already.
Ternus inherits a company built on two of Cook's most consequential bets, a manufacturing empire rooted in China, and a pivot from hardware company to subscription giant, with services now Apple's highest margin business. Analysts say the challenge isn't simply catching rivals in AI, but proving Apple can still define the next computing platform, while simultaneously untangling a supply chain that decades of globalization made dangerously concentrated in one country. Now, as competitors push AI-first devices, smart glasses, and new hardware categories, the battle ahead is whether Apple can keep the smartphone central to everyday life or reinvent what comes after it. It's a future Tim Cook helped shape. Whether his protege is up to the new challenges remains to be seen. Mikail Malik, TRT World.